the Gamer Untamed. So, you know what I hate about writing an essay? Let me tell you what I hate about it. This hand now, these 3 fingers especially, are dead. No, the whole hand is dead. Because I wrote a 4-page essay in 75 minutes. That's a lot for me. Isn't that a lot for everyone? I don't know. But that was painful. And I'm serious. That was like painful. And I was like finished by the end. I'm like, okay, I'm dead. What else happened today? Oh, I finally figured out my math homework. And I got my friends to do it. No. But seriously, I did get my friends to do it because I'm like, I can't do this. I'm sorry. And I also feel like I'm wearing mum clothes today. Like, see? This little floral... No. I don't care. It's cold. And my nose is a bit funny. I'm praying I don't get sick again. I've got athletics carnival next week. I have to run. And I tried out for badminton today, but it was weird. It was like this girl, these 2 girls were versing, and if the one girl lost and the other one won, the rest of us wouldn't have got a chance. So I'm like, okay, I'm leaving. Bye. So this video is going to be on the specific alliances in the Elder Scrolls Online. And so we've got 3 of them. They are the Daggerfall Covenant, the Bonheart Pact, and the Aldmeri Dominion. So I'm going to go into each of them, perhaps talk over some pictures and such, and put that in there as well. So I hope you enjoy it and find it somewhat entertaining. But this is, again, preparation for the Elder Scrolls Online because, to be honest, it's not going to come out this year like they said. No, and thank you guys for telling me, thanks for telling me, sorry, if we pay one-off or if we don't, and a lot of you have said, one person has said that, most likely pay one-off, and I'm hoping so. I don't want to pay monthly. You kidding me? No. I want to pay one-off and just get it over with. I don't want to pay $15 freaking a month like World of Warcraft, okay? No. No. Ever since Guild Wars released their $60 one, just come on, everyone else, get with the freaking program. There you go. That's my little rant for the day. So the first alliance that I'm going to talk about is the Daggerfall Covenant. My mother just interrupted my video. I hate phones. No, I don't. I'm kidding. Okay, so the Daggerfall Covenant is formed by 3 races united by the High King Emmerich, who I will describe later. So the 3 races are the Bretons, who have incredible gifts of magic and diplomacy, the Orcs, who are really hard-hearted soldiers that don't stick by the book, but they're kind of ruthless, and they are very talented smiths. They make the finest weapons. And then there are the Red Guards, who is also the race of the king. And they're very athletic. They are raised to be bred warriors from the moment they're born. They're like desert people. They look like desert people, basically. So the Daggerfall Covenant is more about having hard warriors and very by-the-book type characters, even though orcs, they're kind of ruthless and not really by the book. But they're a very warrior-based race, so if you are a person who would want to play a character or is more comfortable in combat with long swords and shield and sword and looking like a desert man, or having orcs. What? Horny thing, horns coming out of your mouth. Sorry. That was a very fine moment. Look, having orcs. Yes. and looking pale like Bretons do. So they're very variety. They're green, white, and brown. Beautiful. Oh god, this is strange. If that's your cup of tea, then go for them. I don't know. That was sad. Oh, that was depressing. Good job, Corey. So, let's go a little bit more in depth with each of these races. So, I'm going to start with the Bretons. The Bretons are the men and women of High Rock that were once ruled by a high elf overlord. Some elven blood still runs in their veins, giving the Bretons magic ever since they're born. Since they're born, they have magic in them, so they're pretty much born with magic. They're very passionate, intelligent, and resourceful people. They're a very resourceful race. They're very talented craftsmen, wizards, and merchants. So, again, if you want to be I'm guessing that the Bretons will have bonuses in speechcraft and mercantile, and some sort of manner thing. And they're also very proud and can be quarrelsome. What a word! Quarrelsome. They have lots of quarrels with each other or with other people. So, in other words, they're also condescending. They would remind me. The Bretons remind me a little bit of the Asura in Guild Wars 2 because they're quarrelsome and they are very intelligent and they look magical with their cubes everywhere and all over the place. Sorry, I'm going to move a little. No, I'm going to move this way. Yeah. They look, I like, this is unrelated, but in Guild Wars 2, I could never play an Asura. I just can't. They're too little and I can only play. Don't ask me why, but I feel like I can only play as a human because I'm human. I don't know about the lore of the Sylvari or the Char. Although I would play a Char. I'd really want to play a Char. I would not want to play a Norn. I'm sorry. I mean, they have good hairstyles and shit and tattoos. But, no. And I wouldn't play Sylvari either. No, I would play as an Asura or a Char. And obviously I play as human. Anyway, unrelated. Let's talk about the Red Guards. Now, the Red Guards are from Hammerfell. I don't believe we ever gone to Hammerfell. No. Yes? Maybe. They're very talented and athletic warriors who were born into battle, just like the Bretons are born into magic. They're desert people, and their ancestors migrated to Tamriel from the lost planet of Yokuda. Yokuda. Never heard of that before. Their culture is based on preserving their traditions, so they remind me a little bit of Australian Aboriginals as well as probably people from Africa, because they're very big on traditions and culture, and so are the Red Guards. They prize honor and dignity above all else, and they are not in favor of magic, which is very strange, and they're working with people who are born out of magic. The Red Guards endure a rite of passage in desolate wastelands to see if they are fit to be a warrior. Now, this also reminds me of the book that I'm reading called The Desert Spear, where they have rituals to see if they are fit to be warriors. If they're not, then they get damned and shoved in the ground. For some reason, this glare is in here is pissing me off, and it's not even, look at it, the sky is terrible. I can't tell, but it's terrible right now, and I'm getting this bright glare. Ugh. Shut up. Far out. So, yeah, I may have fixed the glare at all. Maybe not. Now I'm going to talk about the orcs. They're the last race of the Daggerfall Covenant. Although the other races, often Red Guards, regard the orcs as barbarians or beasts. Yes, they may look like beasts, but these noble warriors have a culture, an incredible culture, that is forged from the endless warfare through their homeland. So they have gone through such hardship, and they are being taunted as barbarians and brutes and beasts. No, they've gone through so much. They They have. They've gone through so much. They are allowed to be a bit bitter. Orcs live under the simple code of honor, which is the strong survive and the strongest rule. Fair enough. I mean, whatever. Everyone survives, pretty much. No. What happens to those who aren't strong? I'm gonna go work as a merchant now. Or I'm just gonna go die. Maybe? No, they probably wouldn't do that, but maybe they would. Anyway. Their weapons and armor are they're so highly prized in Tamriel because of how well the orcs are at forging. So, you know what, they really should be held up highly in everyone's books because they wouldn't have good armor otherwise. Sorry, I got something in my they during the reign of the Second Empire, their kingdom, so I have to look this up, Orsinium, never heard of that, was finally granted provincial status. So they're finally allowed to be allowed as open in the world. That was terrible. I would try it again, but I don't want to. Its restoration also helped solidify how they entered into the Daggerfall Covenant because the orcs are being more accepted. So they're like, oh, yeah, we'll accept you now because you have some provincial status. Beautiful. That's what it means. It's like that. So that's the Daggerfall Covenant. But I will just talk a little. They'll just say who the king is. High King Emmerich is a Breton merchant, merchant lord whose politics and he's very highly known for his policies and masterful diplomacy, whatever, has earned him the trust of the kings in High Rock. His alliance with marriage with he's married to a Red Guard, so his alliance with them, and has a war treaty with the orcs. So that's how he has combined these races together and work together because he's married to a Red Guard and has a war treaty with the orcs. So war and pretty much politics is incorporated into the Daggerfall Covenant, which is unlike any of the other races, to be honest. I mean, unlike any of the other alliances, is what I meant to say. Because the Bonheart Pact is who I'm talking about next. Really don't care for politics at all. No. So, the Bonheart Pact is the most unlikely of all the three alliances. They have the Nords, the Dark Elves, and the Argonians, who all have a long history together. The Nords and the Dark Elves have a long history of conflict, and the Argonians were enslaved by the Dark Elves for thousands of years. So, why would they ever work together? The fudge. It makes no sense to me, but of course, it's Elder Scrolls. They have some reason. It was the Akaviri invasion that forged a bond between them all, and now they're determined to take control of their destiny by defeating the Empire. You know, I really still don't understand why they are fighting amongst each other when there are Daedra to fight out there. God, you some common sense people. Someone like me should just come in and be all like, hey, you know, there's a big spider over there that needs some killing and some flame people over there that need to die and turn to ash. Come on, let's go. That's what someone needs to do, and I'll happily go do that for you. Them. Yep. The Nords are very brash and boisterous people. They're very fierce warriors and experienced weapon masters. Bloody tall-ish, too. The Dark Elves are a natural pursuers for magic. And the Argonians are best for guerrilla warriors. They're of Tamriel. And they can breathe underwater because they're fish-ish. They're fishy type people. Anyway. Their combined strength makes them very unlikely, but makes them a fighting force. So, guys, watch out for Bonheart Pact. I would not join these people. There's not one on... Actually, no. I like the Nords, but they piss me off because they're supposedly just these big warriors out there. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm going for the Aldmeri Dominion. You know why? Because the elves are cute. And I want to be a cute character that's like a little... It's like a firecracker is my character that I'm going to roleplay with, so I'm going to match that. Okay, so the Nords. The Nords once held all of Tamriel, right? But their rule didn't last because they ended up in Skyrim. They broke the power of the Aliens. We know what they are. And nearly drove the High Elves out of High Rock and conquered much of Resdain. The precursor to Morrowind. I am so fudging confused because I've tried to learn this to the best of my ability because, you know, much of the stuff doesn't go up here. It goes in one ear and out the other. What else? The Nords are excellent with arms. They're very talented warriors. They're boisterous, strong, and fast, and natural born, and they have ferocity, which makes their enemies terrified. But the Nords remind me of the Norns in Guild Wars 2. Why does their names have to be so similar? Why does the Sylvari have to look so much like the people from Kingdoms of Amalur? Why? Why do the humans... Actually, that's a stupid question. And what the Asura... No. Why do the Asura look like dwarfs for? Why are the big Char sort of like orcs? Ish. Not really. Anyway. They're all like each other. They all have something in common there. The Dark Elves... The Dark Elf homeland is Morrowind, which has been invaded so many times by the Akaviri people and the Nords. They have a history of conflict with the Dunmer. No. The history of conflict hasn't... They're Dunmer. The history of the conflict hasn't transformed these Dunmer people into hardened warriors, and they are the Dark Elves. The Dunmer are the Dark Elves. Why do they have strange different names for? What's the point? They also have natural, born magic skills, and their intellect makes them very skillful sorcerers. So they're mainly sorcery people. Probably proficient in the dark arts, because they're dark... No, that's very stereotypical. Finally, the Argonians, who can breathe underwater, are possessed of intellect, magical arts, stealth, and the use of blades. Quick as little... They're very skillful, and they would be a thief. They would be very thiefy. They're very also warfare experts, well accustomed to defending themselves. They're always scouting before doing anything too rash, and they can breathe underwater because they're fishy. Whoa. Their leader is he's a Nord. Jorun the Scald King. What now? Jorun of Eastern Skyrim is the acting High King for this great moot, but does not rule absolutely because they don't agree per se, and no one really wants to have someone specific ruling. They have a group decision process called the moot, the great moot, which is where everyone has to agree, otherwise they get nowhere. But Jorun is very humorous, down to earth, and has an iron to succeed. So he's iron-hearted. No, that's not a word. Finally, we have the Aldmeri Dominion, which is the group that I will be joining, and I am positive of that. When the word reached the High Elves of Somerset, that the Imperial City had fallen under the control of Molag Bal, and the Aldmeri Dominion was formed. The High Elves reached the surrounding races, which were the Wood Elves and the Khajiit. And their plea came together, and that's how they worked, because I feel like they're very nice people, but they're very stealthy, if you know what I mean. The High Elves were the original settlers of Tamriel. They created the common tongue that everyone now speaks, which is English. And they're also very proficient with magic. What is with everybody? There's 3 races that are very proficient in magic. Now, no, 4. 3? 4. The wood elves inhabit thick, impenetrable forests in Valenwood. And they are very supreme hunters, guides, and masters of sneaking and thievery. They're also the most gifted archers in all of Tamriel. That's me. I am going to be a wood elf. Because the girls look damn sexy. Seriously, they look like freaking cheeky buggers that you could just be like, ooh, baby. I can't believe I just said that. What the fudge am I doing? Ah! And then finally, we've got the big cats. Oh, the Khajiit are like the Char. The Khajiit are proud. They're a proud feline race. They're fearsome warriors and proficient with bladed weapons, and they stand at like the front of every battle. So they have power and determination to win this battle. Weirder. Okay, so let's describe the High Elves. The High Elves, or the Altmer, arrived in Tamriel thousands of years ago from the old Aldmeris. They are a very ruling race in all of Tamriel because they created a common tongue. They are known for breathtaking architecture and massive libraries, and they do lots of history collecting and creative work. So they're very based on knowledge. These ones, they're very very powerful mages and warriors. And they really do lead the Aldmeri Dominion because their queen is a high elf. The wood elves, or the Bosma, are very mischievous, curious, and nimble. Hey, it's me. No, I'm not very mischievous, but a very curious person. Am I nimble? No. Okay, I'm 1 out of 3. Because of their homeland Valenwood, which is often attacked by Colovian Imperials, the Wood Elves are experts of the art of defense. They are very skilled archers, probably the best on Tamriel, and they are the capital of the Aldmeri Dominion, the Elden Root that lies between the heart of their world. And they will fight for Tamriel till the death. Legit. The Khajiit, who are a proud feline race, have dwindled away for many years. Because of some flu, and they died. Now they're okay. They're a great debt to Queen Aren, who is the queen of the High Elves, and also the leader of the Aldmeri Dominion, which I will get to in a moment. Because she assisted them during the time of plague of the flu that they were encountering, which was this is a retarded word. Knatten flu. Lovely. So they have a strong arm with the Aldmeri Dominion, but they're just warriors. They're all bloody warriors, I swear. Queen Airen is an intelligent and honorable high elf with genuine humility as a noble queen. She is only 28 years old, and she was very adventurous when she was young. She didn't really have much of an education because she was out exploring the land and sea because she was very curious and adventurous person. So when her father died, she had to take ruling as the heir. She took her position at the ultimate throne, and she became the leader. Isn't that interesting? I'm sorry, I'm so tired now because... Oh, I'm so tired. I really shouldn't even tell you why I'm tired. It's not even interesting. So, I think I might go to sleep now. This is probably going to be uploaded tomorrow. So this will be up. If I say tomorrow, when you're watching this, it will have been yesterday. Or 100 years from now. No. My videos won't still be there. Yes, and I'm very much thinking about taking in that partnership. Definitely really want to. The payment is definitely becoming a bit persuasive. Yeah, I'm really tired. My eyes are actually going to close. So I'm going to end this video. Thank you guys for watching. My next one, I'm not too sure, will probably be on the classes and a bit more about combat. So stay tuned in for that, or I might do a different video before then or not. But we'll see what happens. Thank you guys for watching, and I will talk to you guys later, hoping that you were all well and still with us. Thank you. And I will see you soon, and I love you, and thank you so much for all your views and support on my last video. That is amazing. Oh my god, I got like 2,000 views in 2 days. It's like 1,000 views a day, maybe. Close enough. Thank you so much. I am seriously honored and feel blessed. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. Bye.